Hello, everyone. Hi, Earth Angels. Looks like I'm streaming. Sorry, I was a few minutes late today. It's Mercury retrograde. It's right in line with that. Welcome to YouTube, my YouTube live Earth Angels Unite transmission number 97, revisiting your patterns. As humans, we learn through repetition. Revisiting your patterns is totally normal and essential for your growth and spiritual maturity. Revisiting patterns helps you see how far you've come and invites you to respond differently to that same pain. Your angels stand by your side as you revisit your patterns and choose again. So, my intention with these transmissions is to gather us earth angels together to create a space of transformation by healing the pain. We're bringing the pain, the wounds, the triggers to the light for healing. Of course, when we gather together, we are more powerful. And in these teachings, in these transmissions, I'll be sharing teachings from my debut book, Receiving from Your Angels, 4 Practices to Heal Your Pain with Angel Love. And, sharing a meditation or an activation to help you to trust your intuition, to cherish your body, and to receive your next level of angelic pain relief. My name is Jill Kempner, angel coach and author of my debut book. And as an angel coach, what I help my clients do is to heal the pain in their bodies with the love of the angels. And really to help my clients understand that whatever pain they're experiencing, whether it's physical pain or emotional pain, has a deeper meaning, right? Has a higher purpose. The pain is a portal. And that portal allows your angel's love to flow in. And that receiving of that love, which we need help with, right? We need help learning how to receive, will heal that pain. And so, I'm an energy healer, and my coaching programs are designed to help you create a daily practice and then to help you stay committed and devoted to that daily practice. So basically, I give you all my wonderful tools of healing and transformation, and we put it together perfectly for you. So it's individualized, it's customized. And if you're interested in hearing more about that, if you're interested in hiring me as your angel coach, go to my website, jillkempnerhealing.com, and there's a tab called Free Conversation. And you can fill out that short questionnaire and sign up for a free breakthrough conversation. So I want to talk about the breakthrough conversation. The breakthrough conversation is a 1-hour conversation over Zoom where I am listening to you. I'm listening to you. I'm listening to your angels. I'm asking a few poignant questions. And then I'm sharing with you, you're going to walk away with a lot from that conversation. One is that you're going to get the fuel, right? You're going to get really clear on the intention, the fuel that you need to heal that pain. And then I'm going to share what your angels are saying about that pain. So you walk away with both of those things, whether we coach together or not. Hi, say hi if you're here. And then I also give you an angel invitation that you can start doing every day to connect with your angels. And then another bonus is that I pull an oracle card for you that will sort of solidify and validate what we talked about in that conversation. So if you're interested, I'd love to connect with you in that way. I have a few openings in December. And so great. Thank you, angels. All right. And I want to welcome everyone who will be here live today, everyone who's going to connect with the replay. I know that many of you connect with the replay, and I'm so grateful for you. Thank you for liking and sharing. Thank you for subscribing and spreading the love, sharing the love. I ask that we all be surrounded in a circle of empowerment, unconditional love, joy, healing, protection, and miracles. Happy November. Happy Sag season. Happy Mercury retrograde. I hope today, after today's teaching, we'll have a new appreciation for the retrograde time. Also, happy Thanksgiving to those of us who celebrate that in the United States. It's the season of gratitude, right? And I especially love it. Hi, Lauren. I especially love Thanksgiving because I was born on Thanksgiving, so I'm a turkey baby. And every so many years it falls on Thanksgiving. Actually, it fell on Thanksgiving last year. And then my birthday is actually going to fall on Thanksgiving on my 50th birthday. So that feels really cool, like the decade shift. So I was sitting with a friend a month and a half ago, and we were talking about revisiting like our karma and revisiting our patterns. And I was like, and we were having this rich conversation about it. And I thought, ooh, I need to do a YouTube live about this. So you know who you are. This one's for us, right? And it's for all of us. Hello, welcome. Say hi if you're here. Oh, I got to go on Instagram and make sure. Nope. Thank you. Good job. Okay. So hi, Instagram followers, you're also wonderful. You just didn't see my intro, but you're here now. So we haven't started the teaching yet. We're starting it right now. I realized I didn't press go live. So anyway, it's the retrograde. We're just going with it. Okay. So let me just tune in for a minute and see what the angels, where they want me to start with this. So another word, I think we get all in our heads about karma and have all these, I think one of my jobs is to help people sort of unpack that and understand karma. But really, to understand karma is just a pattern. And so I'm going to talk, and it's a pattern you chose. And I'm going to talk about choice right now. So one of the things one thing I wrote about in my book, leading up to sharing, I think the most heart-wrenching story in my book, which was my father's tragic death. I wrote like a little intro before the story, and it was very intentional. And what I talked about was that your soul chose the details of your life, right? Your soul had a divine meeting with God and your guardian angels, right? To choose what you wanted to work on in this lifetime, right? As the human you are today. Hello, welcome. Say hi if you're here. So you chose your gender, your astrological sign, your name, your family, and the patterns, or the karma, whatever word you want to use, you can use them interchangeably, you wanted to work on in this life now. So the angels, when they talk about this, they have such compassion. They have compassion for me. They have compassion for you. They have compassion for us on wherever you are on your journey of accepting this spiritual truth. So, and I get the resistance. That's actually what I'm going to share a little bit about. I understand the resistance. For me, this has become a liberating concept. It was not initially a liberating concept, but it has become that, right? For others, right, we can feel like it's a punishment. Like, wait, how would I sign up for all this trauma? So personally, for me, I like the idea that I chose, although it took a while to get there, but I did, so that I'm free to choose again. So for me, I see it as a freedom, as a liberating thing. Hello, welcome. Say hi if you're here. I fully understand the resistance that our egos have to accepting this belief that we chose our karma, that we chose these hardships, right? These difficulties, these challenges. If anybody understands that, it's me. Accepting that you chose your life as it is gives you power and freedom to choose something else. So accepting responsibility for your journey is part of that spiritual maturity that we talked about in the opening. So the reason that I shared the opening, let me slow down for a minute. So in my book, I have 4 practices. Renew your devotion, practice number 1, relax and cherish your body, practice number 2, release and lead with your heart, practice number 3, and receive and trust your intuition, practice number 4. Each of these practices individually are designed to help you receive love from the angels. Remember, my job as an angel coach is to help you receive your angel's love, but not only to receive your angel's love, to heal that pain, right? To receive your angel's love, to heal that pain, right? And we do that through relaxation. We do it through the 4 practices in my book. So practice number 3, the most tender practice, right? Release and lead with your heart. And I just did a whole workshop on releasing, and it was so beautiful. It's called Healing Grief with Your Guardian Angels, which I'm going to teach every metal season. So I'll teach it again next fall, because the metal season is when we're healing grief, and it'll be a potent time for that workshop. So I was grateful for that download from the angels, because it was beautiful workshop. And we focused on the 3 safety nets of releasing, and we put it all together with the release and lead with your heart meditation. And in that story, and so each of the practices, I share a story. And in that story, I share the story of what happened to my father, that my father was murdered when I was 11, when he was 41. And it's heart-wrenching, right? It's a heart-wrenching story. And in that story, I also shared about my childhood and how it was really, they say that sometimes they say that spiritual leaders and spiritual teachers and thought leaders experience a very hard or difficult launching pad. Like the childhood is a very difficult time. And I thought, oh gosh, well, I sure signed up for that. So I talked about my childhood. And as you can imagine, the difficulties I had in my childhood. And as you can imagine, that was a tender point for my mom. So I was really I wanted to share my story, but I didn't want to make anybody feel bad, right? I didn't want to make my mom feel bad. I didn't want to blame her. So it was really this empowerment for me. I had to get to this place within myself that I wasn't blaming my mom, that I wasn't blaming my dad. So I hope that makes sense. So back to why I wrote this little piece about our soul chooses. And I didn't want anybody to be a victim. I didn't want to be a victim. I didn't want them to be victims. So trust me, accepting that I signed up for sexual abuse and poverty and my father being murdered and a life full of trauma did not sit well for me initially. It wasn't an easy thing to say, oh my gosh, I was literally thinking, what the heck was I thinking up there? I naturally had resistance to this concept. So it's normal if you do too. Be so gentle with yourself wherever you are and accepting that you chose your karma. Yeah. But again, there was something inside of me. And I don't know, I was trying to write about this. What was it inside of me? A calm knowing or a peaceful alignment when I accepted that idea. I don't know if it's an idea, a belief, a spiritual truth. What do you think? Just this concept, right? It didn't make sense to my human self, to my ego, but it did make sense to my soul. So now we are in this final stage, right, of Mercury retro. We're in the final Mercury retrograde of 2024. We've actually already had 2 other ones, maybe 3. One of the years was 4 in a year, but I can't remember which year that was. And what does that mean, right? We're face to face with our karma, with our patterns that we said, sign me up, right? I had a divine curriculum when I came down here that I wanted to work on. So notice where you are when talking about this. Are you in resistance? Like there's no way yes, I signed up for that, and that, but not that. Or if you're like fully on board, like, oh yeah, I signed up for this. What's next, right? The patterns we set on a soul level, we wanted to change, dissolve, or up level. So what's the biggest pattern you're looking at right now? Maybe there's more than one. And I think for me, sometimes the Mercury retrogrades, right? So here's what my teacher said about Mercury retrograde. This was years ago. A Mercury retrograde is an opportunity to heal a piece of karma. I'm going to let my cat out. She was in here. Come on, baby. Come on, go. I love that this is the most Mercury retrograde live I've done. I'm on late. I'm letting the cat out. Oh God, it kind of cracks me up. Right? Or is there more than one? And what I was saying is, for me, I've often felt like, oh God, there's so many that I'm working on right now. Like I'm overwhelmed with the patterns. So asking your angels to sort of just create some space between all the patterns so you can see, okay, this is the one that I have an opportunity, right? Because the retrograde is about revisiting, reviewing, reflecting. What pattern are you looking at or revisiting right now? And feel free to share it if you want. I'm checking to see if my Instagram's working now. Hello, Moon Place Center. Is that Monica? Hi, honey. All right. So this is something I help my clients with, right? Typically, people come to me when they're in the midst of that pattern, right? That pattern that they've been working on maybe for lifetimes. And it's like they're spinning their wheels, right? Or they're in this kind of spiral, kind of that downward spiral, that negative spiral. Like, I cannot get out of this loop. I can't get out of this loop of this specific issue. And I help my clients connect to the deeper meaning, the higher purpose of that issue in the tissue, whether it's physical or emotional. So sometimes I'm helping my clients to accept it. Sometimes I'm helping them to claim responsibility for their part and then release the rest. Sometimes I'm helping them clear past life connections to it. Actually, a lot of times I'm helping my clients clear past life connections. Oh, thank you so much, Lauren. Thank you for your courage to name that. Yeah, the pattern of overeating when you're feeling down. Yeah. And well, I mean, right? The food goes in, the sugar, the whatever, and it brings us back up, right? So it makes sense. There's a chemical thing that happens to us as well. And I totally have that as well. So thank you for naming that. So my job as an angel coach is to help them see their pain, that pattern, through the eyes of their angels. And there's something magical about that. I don't even know how to explain it other than the fact that I know it creates relief, right? That's the angelic pain relief that we can get as we can see that pattern, that wound, from a different angle, right? And I love the word that angle is angel, right? They're the same word, but the letter is changed because that's what it is. The angels, right, are looking at our wound, our pain, our karma, our humanity from a different angle. And what is that angle? The angle is love, right? They're seeing it through unconditional love, through unconditional compassion, through unconditional peace. And when we step into that vibration, so can we. And in that, just that alone begins to change the karma. All right, so I hope that's helpful. Okay. So the next level of awakening is to accept that you chose this challenge, this issue, or this pain. Maybe today, hey, Kate, Maybe today is just like, okay, you know what? I accept that I chose this. I know, thank you. I celebrate all season. Yes, my birthday was on Saturday and I just celebrate the whole Sag season. I kick it off on the 23rd. Thank you. It's been really fun so far. So again, this is a difficult concept for the ego to accept, and it resists it. So just say like, oh yeah, it's totally normal for me to resist accepting that I chose this. Right? Why would I choose this pain? Why would I choose this trauma? Why would I choose this hurt? And trust me, I've asked myself all these questions. So once you accept you chose it all, and here, the angels are actually, they're smarter than me. They came in and said, well, why don't you just accept you chose that one thing? Maybe not all of it today, but just that one thing that you've been resisting. If you could just for today, like, oh yeah, I accept that I chose this pain. See what happens. Let's see what happens. Right? Because, oh, let me read the way the angels had me write this because they were very intentional. So once you accept you chose it all, you can begin to actually work on changing or dissolving the pattern. Remember that what you resist persists. So, and what you resist keeps coming back until you learn the lesson. So now we're going to talk about revisiting, right? Because we had to talk about that power of choice leading up to that. So, which brings us to why we revisit our karmas, right? That we thought we healed. And that's what my friend and I were talking about. We're like, she had been revisiting this. Both of us were revisiting like a big piece of karma, like leading up to the retrograde. And so we started talking about what we're talking about here, right? And why do we do this? So when I coach my clients for a few years, we begin to observe the reoccurring patterns, right? Remember, there's no judgment from the angelic realm. Recurring patterns is nothing to be ashamed of or worried about or anything to judge. It's natural and normal to revisit a karma until its completion. They want me to say that again, right? It's natural and normal to revisit a karma until its completion. And here's what the angels are saying. It's coming through really loudly. This is a quantum leap year. We still have from now till December 31st to heal that karma or multiple karmas, right? We're in a quantum leap. There's opportunities for quantum leaping and having a karma be complete. What does that mean? It means that it is no longer a trigger and it is fully integrated into your wisdom that then you share gracefully and graciously. Oh my gosh, I love that download. Was that awesome? That was one of my cards today, intuition and downloads. Oh my, everything's all over the place. It's okay. My reading's right over there. Okay. So I'm going to talk about a few things that I've learned that the angels have taught me about revisiting, right? Remember that healing is not linear, right? It's not going from point A to point B. Think about healing like a spiral, like we're spiraling up the mountain, right? What is the goal? The goal is the top of the mountain, ascension. But as we spiral up, we revisit that same point, right? Or pattern, but what? From a higher perspective. So here's a few things the angels want to share about revisiting and why we do it, right? Because there's many layers to one pattern, right? So when you see it again, you're seeing maybe another layer or another level or another stage of it, right? It's also about accepting responsibility. And they had me capitalize only, ONLY, only for your part, right? Not anyone else's. And that's where we can, when we start to do that, we heal codependency, right? That need to rescue, that need to fix, that need to, save everybody from themselves, right? So there's something, I'm getting this like download, like that accepting of the responsibility, that alignment with like, okay, I chose this. Somehow that heals codependency, Maybe they'll teach us more about that as we go. This is the one that I've always understood. This bullet point is to see how far you've come, right? Whether you've taken 2 steps forward and 10 steps back, you've still moved forward. Hello, welcome. And remember, you're higher up on the mountain. So when we revisit a karma, which I just recently did very specifically about a very specific issue, it was 4 years later. I just realized how far I've come. I've realized how much I've grown, how much I've learned, how much I've healed. And although there was some uncomfortable moments in the midst of sort of healing this piece of karma, there's been so much blossoming that I can really be in gratitude for it, which is awesome. Here's another thing about like revisiting, right? And I think this is what tricks us, what gets us, right? Is that we handle the same issue differently. Right? So before, when you were dealing with it, maybe you were not so mature, or maybe you didn't have any tools or the tools you have now. Maybe you didn't have support, right? Or resources. Now the same issue is back, another layer maybe, right? And now you have the tools, the maturity, and the support to handle it differently. So I think what the biggest thing is, we feel like, I don't know if we feel bad or we feel like we're judgmental of ourselves when a pattern comes back, and we need to stop doing that, because judgment is actually causing us more pain, right? We have to say, oh, karma, here you are again. Oh, pattern that I thought I healed. Thank you for coming back and showing me that I did heal it, right? And I think here, something else the angels are reminding me of, my teacher just always talks about this, right? We come here to learn, right? We teach what we came here to learn. We share what we came here to learn. And of course, teaching it helps us to learn it more. Someone just texted me that. They're like, yeah, when you teach it, you really like, I don't know who that was. It was cute though. I was like, yes, that's true. That's why I get on these lives every week and share something I know about it, because I learn it more, right? I'm learning this too, right alongside you. Maybe you're here as a way shower, as a lighthouse, as an earth angel, to have walked that path before someone to shine a light on them. And I know for me this year, I've had 3 clients lose their parents, lose their fathers this year. And it's been, and I thought, oh my gosh, I'm here, right? Showing you how to move forward through that trauma, through that grief, through that sadness, no matter what age they are. And that gives me some, I don't know, some peace, some grace, for them to see me thriving, moving forward, processing. So I hope that makes sense. Okay. The other thing they wanted to say about this, yeah, and so that you can handle that with more grace, more patience, more compassion. Also, that might be what you're learning, right? You might be learning grace, you might be learning patience, you might be learning compassion, right? So when we keep asking the power question, what lesson am I learning from this pain? We can move forward. So a couple more things the angels are saying. So if you find the pattern repeating quickly, accelerated, or intensified, hello, welcome. Hi, Michelle. Say hi if you're here. You are coming close to completion. I did not realize this till I was writing this today. Like the angels were like channeling this through me. I'm like, oh, I love that, right? So like I said, quantum leap year, what karma do you not want to take with you anymore? What karma are you ready to fully have integrated so it is your wisdom and not your wound anymore, right? From now to the end of the year. I feel like the angels like calling us to that. So yay, right? This is often when people give up, jump ship, or throw their hands up in the air, right? Instead of doubling down, right? What do I say? When the karma's in your face, when it's feeling so intense, double down on your practice. Don't throw it out the window. Do more. So with the new you and the new tools, right? Oftentimes we'll revert back to the old, and it's okay. If you did, you're still healing. Hello, welcome. So, right? Oh, well, let me see what the angels are saying. So this is one of the gifts of Mercury retrograde, right? When we're revisiting, rewinding, reflecting, all the RE words, right? Maybe relaxing. Wouldn't that be nice? That people don't understand. We don't understand. And I think the challenge is that there are communication issues, email issues, delays, and all of that stuff that pushes our buttons. Yeah, those things happen too. And so people can feel like, oh, Mercury retrograde is so frustrating. And it can be. And that might be what we're learning, right? Patience, compassion, grace. But also that the deeper meaning of it is to work on that karma, right? Because the karma came back around for you to revisit it. So when you repeat a pattern, oh, I love this. They had me write this too. A pattern, it's a time of celebration, maturing, and a gift of completion. Woo, wouldn't that be so nice? So when you repeat a pattern, it's a sign of spiritual maturity, not weakness. And that comes directly from the angels. I didn't even know to write that till they told me to. So all spiritual maturity means is that you are now seeing yourself and others through the eyes of love, right? You love more. You stop dividing, hating, judging, separating, or exiling, right? All the delayed tactics of the ego. And you start loving and seeing the unity, the connection, and the belonging, not the division. Isn't that perfect? Don't you love that? All right, Earth Angels, what karma are you working on? What karma can we work on in this meditation? So when I see my client is repeating a pattern, we double down on the tools, right? We celebrate their courage to see this pain issue pattern through the eyes of their angels. And we meet this, I love they had me write this too. We meet this karma with the new you, right? The healed you, the mature you, the loving you. Don't you love that? That you've been creating with the help of your angel team. So one of the tools I use in my coaching program, there's so many wonderful tools that help my clients navigate their journey and create long-lasting change, is their angel team. So once we choose their fuel in their first session of their program, whether it's 3 months or 6 months, we set an intention, right? We choose the highest vibrational fuel that's going to heal that pain, right? And then we choose a team of angels to support you. We choose a team of angels to support my client, and my client's personal angel team helps them to embody their fuel, helps them to transform the shadow and the pain, and helps them to step into the next highest version of themselves. Don't you love that? Angels are so smart. So let's do a little meditation in this retrograde. To what their angels are saying is, we're going to look at that pattern, that pain, that karma, whatever it is, through the eyes of the angels, right? And kind of see where you are. Here's what they're showing me. See where you are on that spiritual mountain. We want to think about our karma, our patterns, as a mountain. What a great image, right? And then, right, we want to go from like the heavy thickness and the base of the mountain up, 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 to the peak, where what? We can see it, right? The view from above, which was my angel card from yesterday, the view from above, right? How can we see it differently? That view from above. So let's just take some cleansing breaths. And start where you are, right? And start now in your body. Feel your body and soul loving each other, cherishing each other. Feel and know your angels are here loving and cherishing you. And grounding into the earth, feeling the support of Pachamama below, how much she loves you, how much she cares for you. And as you see your roots connected to the earth, feel the support of the crystals, of the plant medicine, of your ancestors, right? Connecting with the ley lines of the earth. And all that support to heal this karma. Let's open our hearts in devotion, bringing your hands there or just your attention and saying, I am devoted to receiving love from my angels. Letting your heart open to your angels' love, your mind aligned with divine mind. And allowing yourself to receive in this moment, this now, where your angels are, right here, right now, sending you love. Receive their love and devotion for you. Take a breath in and take it into your aura, your heart, your cells. And as you breathe in that love, it allows you to move up the channel, move up the mountain. And so we welcome all those angels and guides here that love you unconditionally, and especially working with Archangel Zadkiel today, the Archangel of compassion, the Archangel of the violet flame. And so you're on the spiritual mountain, and notice where you are. And here's what the angels are saying. Wherever you are, if you're at the base of the mountain, if you're on just one tier up from the base, right? If maybe you're in the middle in a cave. Maybe you're kind of towards the peak, but you know you still have a little more ways to go to heal that karma. Wherever you are, just notice where you are on the mountain. Know that your guardian angels have your back. And for right this exact moment, as part of this meditation, you're going to relax exactly where you are. So we're going to welcome the medicine of relax and cherish your body. So notice where you are. Pay attention. Use your third eye. Use your senses. Use all of your clairs, right? All of your clair channels, all of your intuitive channels to sense where you are on the spiritual mountain with this specific karma, this specific issue. Maybe it's physical, maybe it's emotional, whatever it is. Maybe it's a spiritual, all perfect. Maybe it's mental. And then you're going to relax right there on the mountain, physically letting all your muscles melt from the bones. Perfect. So relaxing your head, your face, your shoulders, your back, relaxing down your spine, through your hips, through your legs, all the way to the energetic roots, activating the energetic roots, energizing the energetic roots so that you feel so grounded where you are. Breathe. And welcome emotional relaxation. There's room for the parts of you that resist this karma, that hate this karma, that deny the karma. There's room for the parts that are just feeling sad or ashamed or guilty. There's room for all of the parts, all of the emotions, all of the feelings. So what I feel is your guardian angels like expanding your aura, just making room for all of you, the big feelings. And as your emotions calm, your body can relax even deeper, right where you are on the mountain. And it's all perfect. And some of you might be on the peak, and that's perfect too, of this specific karma, ready to integrate it into wisdom. So there's no judgment. Breathe. And welcome mental relaxation. So breathing from the root chakra up the spine to the crown chakra, opening the mind, and then exhale from the crown chakra down through the root chakra like a French press, squeezing out that pain. Inhale from the roots up the spine to the crown. Calm, clear mind. Exhale from the crown down to the root like a French press, squeezing out that karma, that resistance, that pain, that fear. And again, opening the chakras as you breathe in. The main chakras, physical body chakras, from the root to the crown, opening to miracle mindedness. And then when you exhale from the crown down, there you go, like a French press, squeezing out all that resistance, all that pain. Now the chakras are beaming and glowing and ready to receive more, right? These angel receivers. And then wherever you are on the mountain, we welcome spiritual relaxation. Space for grace. In one word, spiritual relaxation is surrender. And so you're being guided to see your karma as a symbol. Whatever that, and interestingly, I've been often seeing an anvil, you know, those ones that the Roadrunner used to drop on the coyote's head. But this time I saw an anchor. So the karma I'm working on right now is an anchor. Whatever you see, and it's okay if you don't see anything, hand it over to your guardian angels. Just let that karma go from your body, from your heart, from your mind. I'm willing to release this pain, this karma, this wound. See it as a symbol and hand it to the angels and let it go out of your body, out of your heart, out of your mind. And really stepping into this trust that you're exactly where you're meant to be. This beautiful divine order. And even if you only handed over a micromillimeter of it, your angels are celebrating. And you feel yourself getting lighter with that spiritual relaxation, like, oh, and maybe now we can journey up the mountain a little bit more. So now we welcome the medicine of release and lead with your heart, the medicine of receive and trust your intuition as you slowly begin to move up the mountain. Maybe you were at, like I said, maybe you were like at the beginning, like, oh my God, this karma, you're looking up at like Mount Everest, like, no way, how can I get to the peak? Maybe you were in the middle. Maybe you're almost at the peak or at the peak. You're like, wait, where do I go from here? If you're at the peak, stay there. We'll meet you. If you're at the peak of that karma, just take it in. Take in the wisdom. Take in the love. Take in the compassion that you have for everyone else who has the same pain. That's what I'm hearing. So wherever you are, we're journeying to meet you. And notice, here's what they're saying. If you're journeying up the mountain like me, you notice that you're going to come back around to that same point, but you're slightly higher up the mountain. You're slightly higher perspective. How can I see spirit? The question to ask, right? So two things are happening. Thank you, angels. They're like, slow down. So when you're walking, you're releasing. Every footfall, every step, release, 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 release the heaviness, release the pain, release the resistance, release the negativity, release the frustration, right? Maybe that is the karma, just getting frustrated or being negative, whatever it is. Know that with each footfall, with each step up, and notice that your guardian angels are right there. And sometimes they showed me this and I was like, am I going to say that? There's only one footstep, right? There's only one set of trees. You're like, wait, if my guardian angels are here, there should be a lot of footsteps. Sometimes there's only one. And what does that mean? They're carrying you, right? Or that they just lifted you up, activated your wings, and you just flew over it. That challenge, that puddle, that boulder, right? All the things we meet along the top of the mountain. There's a waterfall, right? As we journey up to that mountain, top of the mountain. So just breathe and release. And then we ask, Spirit, how can I see this differently? How can I see this wound that has plagued me, this karma, this pain that has plagued me for lifetimes? How can I see it differently? What am I here to learn, to integrate, to understand, to share? Thank you for helping me learn the lesson, understand the deeper meaning, the higher purpose, so that I can heal and then help others heal. So I can mature spiritually. So we get to the peak. And interestingly, I think we often think of the peak as like this tiny little point, but there's a plateau that we can stand on and be on, and it's very safe up there. I was actually doing something like this, and there was like a little cave I could be in. So there's even caves up on the top of the mountain that we can rest in and be in. And you've made it this far, and you're looking down the mountain, and you're so safe because the angels are there. And what they're doing is here's what I see. They're having you receive your wings, you're either activating your wings to the next level. So more feathers, more wisdom, more strength in the wings. Or you're really just first feeling them for the first time, like, oh my gosh, I have wings. So your guardian angels are just right there at the shoulder blades, and they're just sending you love and presence and compassion. And then Zadkiel steps in. So it's you, right? Your beautiful soul, these beautiful guardian angels, Zadkiel, and then that karma, right? And maybe it's parts, and we welcome the parts to step in, whatever parts need healing. But we don't get rid of our parts. We clear their pain, we clear their burden, we clear their karma. So we invite any part of you that wants to put a karma in that violet flame, just right. I'm going to put all the karma around my physical imbalances, right? The rosacea, the cystic acne, the Crohn's disease, just inflammation, really. I'd like to put the inflammation in I'm putting inflammation in the violet flame. And then for me, that inflammation showing up as judgment, showing up as harshness, showing up as like defensiveness. I just want to put all that in the violet flame. So whatever you're putting in there, just let it be dissolved in the violet flame. And then what you receive back is love, is wisdom, is light, is the blessing. So again, we ask, what lesson am I learning from this pain, this wound? Another way to say that is spirit. How can I see this differently? Thank you so much for helping me heal this pain, this wound, this pattern, this karma for my highest good. I'm ready to dissolve it completely, learn the lesson, integrate it into wisdom, and even to share my wisdom, my gifts with others, even if it's not verbally, it may just be energetically through my aura, through my presence. And so the angels of grace here, the angels of compassion, the angels of loving kindness, just so proud of you. And know that the answer to this question will come through your intuition, through your clairs, through, it may come in a dream, it may come when you're walking the dog or on a nature walk, it may come in the shower when you're doing the dishes. So don't force it, right? The answer, the understanding, it'll come in perfect time. It'll come in divine order. And the less you resist it, the more you accept, here it is. The wisdom, the gift, the blessing, the miracle. So you choose how you want to get down from the top of this mountain. Maybe you soar down with your wings. Maybe your angels carry you down. Maybe there's an elevator. However you get back down to the base of the mountain, and we'll just all stand around this. I feel like we're coming back down to the earth, down to the roots, in deep, deep, deep gratitude for this wisdom, for this healing. And we ask that all of the healing that we've received today be shared with all our relations in all directions of time. Feel, see, know, and trust. Your angels are bowing to you with so much love and compassion. And then Archangel Michael stepping in, right? Clearing your aura, just of anything that got stirred up, and recalibrating your energy body to your normal daily activities on all 4 levels of your being: physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, in all directions of time for your highest good and highest healing. As we seal our beautiful meditation and inner journey with a namaste. Namaste. Oh my gosh, that was so fun. I did not have a lick of that written down, so hopefully I remembered everything the angels wanted me to do. They're so awesome. So yeah, I want to share this card with you. So one of my cards today was intuition and downloads. And I feel like this kind of just goes with today, right? How are we going to really trust that we are healing from this karma, that we're healing this pattern, right? We're going to trust our intuition. We're going to trust how the angels communicate with us. We're going to trust that our angels are here, right? That they have our back, that they love us unconditionally, that every challenge, every issue, every pain, every wound, they are there with you, your guardian angel, step by step by step by step. And your job, right? My job as an angel coach is to help you to open up to that love, right? Open up your physical body, open up your energy body, open up your intuitive channels and receive. So know you're going to be receiving downloads on this karma, right? And hopefully you have a more gentle and loving perspective of the retrograde, right? The more gentle we are with ourselves, gentleness increases intuition. And we can trust that. So what a beautiful meditation. Hello, Bettina, Rachel, Mona, Happiness Sage. What a fun transmission. What's next? I have 3 more transmissions to get to 100. I'm so excited. Episode 100, transmission 100 will be December 17th. And then I'll be taking a couple weeks off for winter break and sort of resetting. I'm going to start calling this a podcast. There's going to be a couple changes. Still going to be Earth Angels Unite, though. I got that download. And then I'll be next Tuesday, I will be at Sacred Ground for a Healing Angels meditation. I just love sharing my medicine there. And then I have a free masterclass on the 18th that you can already sign up for on my website. And then, yeah, that's what's going on for offerings. And again, you can sign up for that breakthrough conversation. I talked about it earlier in the transmission. So if you have any questions about that, you can reach out. And yeah, I can't wait to see you soon. I do send the replay in my newsletter. So if you're not signed up for it, just go to my website at the bottom of every page. You can sign up for the newsletter. And this transmission then will go straight to your inbox. You don't have to kind of search for it. All right. I love you all. Mwah. Thank you so much for being here. I can't wait to listen to that meditation again. Have an awesome day. Thanks, Michelle, Kate, Lauren, everyone who's chimed in, everyone who's connecting with the replay. See you soon. Love you. Bye.